In Escape from Tarkov, player can get different kinds of 5.56 AR mag via different methods, and these mags are actually originated from different brands in real life. They come in different models and they are sold in different price. The mag you choose to use for your raid in game could even have impact on your weapon's ergonomic stat. I have personally owned and used several kind of AR mags, and I found it interesting that some of them are very rare to get with a ridiculously expensive price in real life. So in today's video, let's compare these AR mags between the video game and real life. Let me show you some of the characters of these mags that you might be missing from video game. The famous PMAG from Magpul is a very common polymer magazine on the market. They're sold roughly between $15 to $22 on Magpul website, depending on which version you get. The black PMAG M3 with no window are $18 each in real life, and they are sold for $40 in Escape from Tarkov. As an American-made polymer magazine, this type of mag is extremely common in the civilian, law enforcement, and military market in the US. It's also very easy to buy. Its biggest advantage is obviously the weight. It's very light since it's mainly made of polymer. In Escape from Tarkov, the version we see is mostly the PMAG M3 series. It comes in 4 different capacity: 10, 20, 30, and 40 rounds. The 30 round version comes in both tan and black, and you can choose between windowed and non-windowed version. In real life, PMAGs are not only cheap and lightweighted, but also very popular, which means there are a lot of aftermarket accessories. For example, I've used a base plate from Magpul and a magazine extension from TTI. The Magpul base plate gives you a more stable platform when you're shooting prone or bracing against cover. The TTI extension adds 5 extra rounds to a standard 30 round magazine, bringing the capacity up to 35 plus 1. As far as I know, these kinds of accessories don't exist in Tarkov yet, which is a bit of a shame for a game that tries to be so hardcore. Of course, PMAGs are not perfect. The polymer material makes them light, but it also brings some problems, mainly deformation. If you shoot a lot in full auto or FRP mode, the heat can sometimes soften the mag and cause it to deform. Also, if you keep the mag fully loaded for a very long period of time, it can slowly change shape of the mag. When that happens, the rounds inside can shift their positions, which would cause feeding issues. In some cases, the mag might even get stuck in the mag well or become too swollen to insert at all. That being said, this is still a pretty rare case. Out of all the PMAGs I own, only one has deformation from heat. The storage issue can also be avoided by using the original dust cover. In terms of ergonomics, PMAGs are actually really well designed. The textured surface and anti-slip patterns make them very easy to grip. If you are a reload addict like I am, you will probably enjoy using them a lot. Besides the M3, there are also M1 and M2 version. The M1 is discontinued and no longer available on Magpul's official website, but the M2 is still being sold. However, the M2 has some compatibility issues. For example, the HK 416D has a different magwell design compared to a standard AR-15, so it can't use M2 PMAGs. In recent years, Magpul also released a more stylish version called the T-Mag, basically a fully transparent polymer magazine. It's not in Tarkov because it came out after the game is launched, but honestly, based on my own experience, it's probably better that it's not in the game. Yes, the TMAG looks very cool, but in real use, it has quite a few issues. It's slightly more expensive than a regular PMAG at around $23, but that's not the biggest issue. Even though it has some textures and grip patterns, it still feels too smooth compared to the PMAG. When I reload it, it often feels like it might slip out of my hand. Also, because of the transparent material, the body is less rigid, and the deformation problem I mentioned earlier, caused by the heat and long-term storage, seems to be worse on this mag. I bought 3 T-Mags, and all 3 of them have shown some level of deformation. So, if you really like transparent magazines but still want reliability, I strongly recommend the L5 AWM series front lancer system. It combines a transparent body with steel feet lips, so you can still see your ammo count while keeping a high reliability. It is a very solid design. Of course, it's also more expensive than PMAGs and TMAGs. Usually, they cost around $25 to $27. In Tarkov, there is a 308 version from Lancer system, but sadly no 5.6 version. I really think the game dev should consider adding it in the game. Now, let's talk about the most interesting or the most expensive ones I have, the Germany-made HK 556 STANAG magazines. In Tarkov, we have the Gen 1 and Gen 2 version. They cost $43 and $29 in-game. But guess how much they cost in real life? I've only managed to find Gen 1 and Gen 3 in US market. Gen 2 is almost impossible to find. The Gen 1 sells for about $200 on HK Parts website, and I've only seen one secondhand listing at $140. The Gen 3 goes for around $150 each. So the 3 mags I'm holding in my hands right now might be worth only around $100 in game, but in real life, I have spent at least $500 to buy them. With that same amount of money, I could almost get 25 PMAGs. At this point, these aren't magazines anymore. They are basically gold. I'm not putting these on my chest rig or in my backpack. I'd rather skip those morphine injectors and keep them safe in my secure containers. So why are they so expensive? Objectively speaking, the build quality of these mags are very high. Both the Gen 1 and Gen 3 are far better made than most mag I have seen. The Gen 1, even though it's transparent, is built very thick and solid. It feels extremely rigid in hand. Much stronger than the T-Mag. It feels durable, resistant to drop, and unlikely to suffer from heat or storage deformation. The surface finish is also very refined. The edges, the textures, and overall designs are so well done that it almost feels like a collectible item rather than just a spendable gun accessory. But even with that level of quality, it still doesn't fully justify the price. I once made a video about Russian Bakelite magazine. Their high price is mainly due to import restriction into the US. For HK Mag, it's a bit different. The US doesn't actually restrict imports from Germany, but as far as I know, Germany has very strict export controls over these items. and HK is not very interested in working with civilian importers from US either. So in the US civilian market, the only way to get these mags is through limited supply from high-end importer. Alright, that's it for today's video. If you're interested in this kind of content, feel free to like and leave a comment. I'll be making more videos comparing different ammos, platforms, magazines from the video games in the future, so subscribe if you want to see more.